Hey everyone, welcome back to the X-Ring. On today's episode, we're going to take a look at the Girsan, or some of you guys might think of it as the EAA Witness. It is the 2311 match. So let's go ahead and get this review underway. So most of you guys are used to the long-range content that I put out on the channel. However, there is a pistol element in a lot of these matches. Whether it is going to be a DMR or if it's going to be a sniper match, you need to be trained on how to use a pistol properly and be able to shoot it well. Otherwise, it's just going to cost you points. Now guys, depending on the type of match, if it's like a multi-day ruck match or something where I know that I'm going to be in mud or dirt or anything like that, I will more than likely be shooting a Glock 34. If they allow a dot, it'll have an acro on here, and then I usually have a light, just because in those type of matches you might need it. However, back in the day, I always competed with Infinities. Now, the Infinities 2011s, they're crazy expensive, guys, and most people can't afford these type pistols because these take over a year to get, and they'll cost you close to about $10,000, and you can customize them to the way that you want them. So for the last couple of years, I've actually been shooting for Masterpiece Arms. I'm on the MPA pistol team, and I've been shooting the DS9 Hybrid. I've always said it is one of the best values for the money. This has been a flawless pistol in all the matches that I've shot. I've never had a malfunction with it, and it has thousands upon thousands of rounds on it. You guys know that I've been shooting this for the last 2 years nonstop, and I was shooting the Akai's as well as some of the staccato pistols back in the day. But a lot of people can't afford to spend that kind of money, especially when they're spending this kind of money on their precision rifles. So this was not sent to me by Girsan, okay? So first and foremost, this is a product that was given to me by my friend. He just picked it up yesterday, and he said, you really need to review this pistol. About a year and a half ago or so, whenever the Prodigy was released, I was able to review that pistol, and it did okay, but it had some issues. It lost the front sight, things like that. And that's one of those pistols that costs $1,500. It's a double stack, quote-unquote 2011, but you had to spend another $500–600 to get the thing run right for the most part. Now, not always. I know there's some good examples out there, but I've heard a lot of horror stories as well. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Girsan, I don't know the relationship of Girsan and EAA Witness, but it is a Girsan pistol. This is the 2311 match. This gets around that whole staccato thing with 2011. Has a full-length dust cover. It is made in Turkey. This has never been fired. This is brand new out of the box. It was literally picked up yesterday, and the cost for this pistol out the door for him was $975. So I appreciate Jason loaning me this pistol for this review. I do want to talk about it because there needs to be some budget-minded 2011s that run reliably. And with some of the Turkish stuff, especially the shotguns, you really never know what you're going to get. But it does have the EAA Witness name. Now, you guys might first be turned off, hey, it's got iron sights, I want something that's red dot ready. Guys, they released this at SHOT Show this year. This one is RMSC footprint. So if you've got a hollow sun or something like that that's compatible, this iron sight on the back comes off and it already has the cut in it. What we're going to do is, this is an all steel frame, guys. It does have a polymer grip, but you have a forged slide frame as well as barrel. It does have a match barrel. It's a bull barrel on the end. You guys can see that. And it does have a trigger that comes in at about 4.5 pounds or so from the factory. Now that could be tuned, and of course it's not going to fire without the grip safety being applied, but it does have ambidextrous safety on both sides. It does have the beaver tail grip, which of course you could pin that, and then it does have a magazine well here. It does ship with 2 magazines. You get a 17 and a 20 round Checkmate magazine. What we're going to do is we're going to test this right out of the box. I'm not going to clean it. I'm not going to anything with it. And we're going to be shooting a variety of ammunition, being the Remington range. I believe this is a 115, or this is a 124, and then I've got the PMC Bronze 115. What we'll do is we'll shoot it on paper, and we'll see if this Girsan 2311 match is a good contender for someone that wants to spend less than $1,000. Being able to come up with a double stack 2011 style pistol, especially with the full length dust cover, it's got the accessory rail, it's got dual slide cuts, I mean, it looks like a nice pistol, but I don't know until I shoot it. So let's go ahead and get this test underway. What we're going to do is we're going to put it on paper first, right out of the box. I'm not going to adjust any of the iron sights or anything. We'll see what we get at, like, I don't know, we'll test it at like 15 yards, maybe 10 yards or so. I'll give you the distance on that, and I'll tell you my thoughts on it, and then we'll start pushing it on back, and we'll start doing some drills on the steels. So here we go. All right, so unfortunately, the pistol will not fit into my Red Hill Tactical holster, even though my MPA has a full-length dust cover as well. So we're going to go ahead and do the honors here. We're going to go ahead and rip the tag off, and I've got a 17-rounder and a 20-round magazine loaded up, and we've got the Remington first off. So we are at exactly 15 yards. I'm not going to touch or brace off of the actual Ranger. The safeties feel pretty good. Positive detents. I like that. So we got the camera going on downrange. We'll do 15 yards. We'll do center of the target. We'll just see where it's at for a couple shots. Here we go. Okay, so not bad. They are a little low left, and no, it's not me pulling it low left. The sights are actually a little bit low and left, so I would need to make an adjustment on that. Let me go ahead and do that very quickly. All right, so I did a couple clicks on it. I haven't confirmed it yet or anything, but so far it's running. I will tell you that it does feel soft in the hands shooting. I've got good positive grip on everything. Here we go, top right diamond. Okay, so it did move it right, but I need to come up. For those that might be new to pistol, remember, move the rear sight in the direction you want the bullet to go. So if we want the bullet to go up, we need to move the rear sight up. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and confirm it on that top right diamond. Okay, so that's in the bullseye. I am going to go, now one of the things I don't like is it doesn't have an R or L on here, so you don't really know the direction that you're moving it. But I think that's good enough. Now that we've got it pretty zeroed, we will go bottom right diamond. Bottom right diamond, here we go, 15 yards. Okay, so now they're clustered pretty good. I'm a little bit high, so let me click it down about 2 clicks. And then we need to go left because I need to move the impact left. And that should be it. So the magazine release is not bad. It needs to be extended just a little bit. I'm used to a little bit longer magazine release. It does have a standard, like a 1911, 2011 style release on that magazine. And yeah, we'll just keep going and we'll see what the magazine change is like. We'll go for the little circle at the bottom. We will go for the center one, and let's see if we can put some on there at 15 yards. Here we go. Hair right. In it. Hair low. All right, just dropped my mic, but that's okay. Here we go. I'd say it's chewing it up pretty well. Other than me pulling that one shot low left, I think it was actually so far it's been pretty good. While I'm sitting here talking, I'll tell you that it is a very soft recoiling pistol. We know this with polymer grips, that it's usually the case. I'm going to go ahead and move the camera. I think the accuracy is good for 15 yards. We'll go ahead and run the plates at 15 with the irons. And then what I plan on doing is I'm going to put a hollow sun on here. I'm going to take it off of another pistol. We'll see how difficult it is to remove those iron sights, put that hollow sun on there. I think it's an EPS carry. It's the only one I have with that RMSC footprint or whatever it is, and then we'll try to run the plates. Right now, I do have some extra rounds, but I'm going to get it on camera, so give me just a second. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just start at 10 on the plates. Like I said, I've got the iron sights. Unfortunately, it will not fit in this holster. That's about as close as it's going to fit. Let me just take some shots on it and see how it does. Here we go. Okay, so I do have one malfunction. You guys can see that. That would be a normal tap rack, and then we have another malfunction. Tap rack, you should never do that twice. Then we're gonna lock, rip, work, tap, rack, ready. So we do have a malfunction. Let's try it again. So that worked. Let's go for the bottom ones. Get locked back. Malfunction. Malfunction again. Malfunction. So now we're getting a malfunction every single time. And what it is what it is. This is what I want to show you guys. We'll switch over to the PMC, see if we have the same problems. And then what we'll do is, because if it doesn't run, I'm not going to throw an RMSC on here. This is the problem with some of these Turkish builds. You kind of get what you pay for sometimes. Maybe it just needs some massaging. Maybe it just needs cleaning. But let me switch to the PMC and see if it does any differently. All right, so you saw how the pistol performed. I haven't cleaned it. I've just put PMC in here. If it doesn't run with PMC, guys, I've never had luck with Remington. Unfortunately, I just don't normally use their ammunition. Picked the case up at the last gun show, and there's a reason why I don't use Remington, and I do see those issues. I have no idea. We might have the same issue with the PMC, and it might actually be gun related. I have no ties to either PMC or Remington whatsoever, and you guys know that I'm all about full disclosure. So we'll try it again with the PMC, and here we go. No shot timer or anything. All right. Malfunction. All right. Yeah, those are set heavy. Those aren't going to go over. These will. Oh, missed it. It is running a little better. Now, I'm not one of those that subscribe to, you got to break the pistol in. It should be broken in when you get it, guys. A lot of the Turkish owner's manuals will say, you need to shoot this many amount of rounds. I don't buy into that. They need to make sure these things are right when they run out of the factory. It is running better. Let's go ahead and do another 50 round box of PMC and see if it does any better. All right, guys, always remember the saying, you can never miss fast enough. So, you know, you can go faster on the bigger targets, but when it comes time to the smaller plates or plate racks, slow down and get that good cadence. We're going to pick up right where we left off, and we will we'll just work our way from left to right. I can tell you the front two left ones, I'm going to have to hit those multiple times to get them to go over. So here we go. Malfunction when you shoot fast. We'll go to the plates. Magazine release needs to be a little bit bigger. Malfunction again. So what I'm going to do at this point, guys, I am going to go ahead and wipe it down, clean it, see if it gets any better, because if it's not running with PMC, that means you're not going to be able to run them with the softer loads, like if you're not worried about power factor or anything like that. Let me go ahead and clean it. I'm going to scrub it down really good, and then if it doesn't work then we'll see what happens. All right, so we completely stripped it down, cleaned it up, and it does feel like a new pistol. I will tell you that looking inside, it looks like it's had 1,000 rounds through it, because I guess they use a Cerakote or something on the barrel. Barrel's got a ton of wear marks on it now, and you also had some on the frame as well, on the slide. So maybe this stuff is mating in. I know that on the way down to the house, I probably worked this close to 500 or 600 times. Just doing that with it. I know that's, you know, some guys are going to say that's part of the break-in procedure, but if you're going to put match on the side of a pistol, it needs to run like a match pistol. If you're fighting through malfunctions like that, that's going to cost you an entire match. So we'll try it again. We are using the PMC ammunition, and we'll see if we can, you know what, I'm just going to run it as fast as it'll go. We'll try to do 20 rounds on this this man steel here and see if we can knock it over. All right, so here we go. Didn't make it too far, did it? Tap rack. Yeah, that's too heavy. It's not going to go anywhere. Malfunction, malfunction, malfunction. Malfunction. So, you know what, guys? I'm going to stop it there. Ammo's not cheap. While this might be something that you can make work by playing around with it and all of that. I don't want a pistol that's a problem. This thing should run right out of the box. And bad on them for not trying it out more, to get these proofed out before they send them. You show up for a match, you're proud of your new pistol. Finding a sub $1,000 2011 is kind of tough, or double stack 9mm. I know Rock Island makes them, I know they make them, but even the Prodigies at that $1,500 point, you still have some issues. You really do get what you pay for. Unfortunately, I'm going to call it quits right there on that one, and then that is my review of the Girsan Witness 2311. Guys, take care and have a good one.